we may as well kick things off straight away. We've got a few charts to go through, and I picked Qantas to start with. Can you take us through some trade setups that we've got today? Because we're focusing in on some Aussie stocks.
Yeah, sure, definitely. I think for the Qantas is probably one of the not many positive good news that we're having for this week, that given that Australia's stock market has been dropped into the 3-month low. So overall, I think one of the big tailwinds for Qantas happening this week, if we're looking at the charts here, we're having the data coming out yesterday is that the total overseas arrival and departures into Australia has been picking up quite sharply from its lowest level that have been crushed by the pandemic. So we are looking at roughly about 1.2 million of international travelers for the last month compared to only like half of them about 2 months ago. So I think from a traders or from investor point of view, I'll take it as quite a positive news for the Qantas as one of the most favorite flights in Australia. Talking about the price wise for the Qantas, if you're looking at the chart here, you can see the Qantas price has been suffered quite a big drop for the past 2 years. Its shares price has been dropped to as low as about $2 when the pandemic, the virus first struck the world, down from it's about $7 in December 2019. So roughly 1/3 from its peak now. It's been picking up quite sharply from last year, that boosted by the news from either from the vaccine or like from the Australia open the borders. You can see peak level that we're looking at is back into November 2021, roughly about $5.9 here. Some of the drop happening for the last month that is now sitting at roughly about 5.2. But as you can see from the chart here, I think roughly one of the most notable is that it has been supporting quite strongly by this 100 days and 50 days moving average, and that it's moving, hopefully, that the next target we're looking about roughly about $20 moving average. On above that, we have a quite big of the pressure line sitting roughly about $5.9. And once that if the momentum persists, they can push quite a bit more higher. And yeah, this is the chart for they came out yesterday about the international travel, that you can see a quite notable picking up from the float level that happening for the past 2 years. And while there's still about 30 to 40% potentials for the numbers to pick up to back to the level that we enjoyed before the pandemic. So roughly, I think from the more of the tailwind perspective, I think there's quite a couple of the good news that's laying ahead for Qantas. If you considering that for the past Easter, we have seen the appetite has coming back for the traveling, and then for the next quarter, we more likely to have the holiday season, and towards the end of the year, we are more safe to expecting that revenue or like a financial performance for Qantas. The flying kangaroo for Australia is going to have quite more great potentials to move upwards. So I think that's quite uplifting for the Qantas shares, even that we have seen a bit of drop this week. Is mainly driven by the main sentiment in the market, but from the fundamental view, I think Qantas have quite some bright near future pictures to waiting for.